So this is an excerpt from a show called Absolution. And the main character is Chevonne. Chevonne is leaving Grenada to go to England to get her nursing qualification. She's the eldest of 12 brothers and sisters and a mother and father. And the mother and all of her family put all their money together so that she could get her passage to get to England. And the idea is that when she gets there, she's going to send for them one by one. So we meet her when she gets on the ship. And she realizes that she's never left her home before. So she locks herself in the cabin for 3 days. And this is Chevonne, and she's coming out of the cabin on the 3rd day. On the 3rd day, I say, Chevonne, this is real stupidness. You really have to leave this cabin. And as I close in the door to the cabin, I hear this noise behind me. And I turn around and I see these 3 women. If you see these women, well, the first woman, she's one of those women who just talk and fling out your hand. She said, girl, it's where you come out. You don't know they have waltz dance on the ship every night? You don't hear the music? Well, the second one, she was really precise. She said, it's not the waltz dance. There's some nice fellas on the ship, and we're trying to hook one before we get to England. You mark my words. Well, the third one, if you see she looked like the colors of the rainbow, everything on her clash. She said they have a fella. His name is Aubrey Blake, and he's an architect, and he qualified already. And he hold my hand yesterday, and he's going to marry me before we get to England. You mark my words. Well, I tell them, I ain't interested in no husband and getting nobody before I get to England, because I have a nursing qualification to get and 12 mothers and sisters and a mother and father to send for. But I went to the waltz dance. If you see it, all the men went on one side of the room and the women went on the other side of the room, and the music started playing beautifully in the background, you know. And I'm standing there thinking, well, what I should do when I get to England? Should I get my nursing qualification first? And as I'm thinking this, I see all the women start fixing up. And I'm wondering, I wonder how you just walk down the streets of England, because I hear they paved with gold. I'm wondering if you tiptoe or walk, you know, and bounce style, you know. And that's when I saw him. And I knew that was Aubrey. He had the hat tilted to one side with a pat down afro with a part, you know, and the white shirt and the double-breasted suit done up, and the trousers were seamed. There is nothing as nice as a man with freshly seamed trousers. And the shoes, oh Lord, the shoes were shine. I swear that man must have been shining his shoes before he left Guyana. First the shoes shine. And I'm standing there thinking, I wonder if I should send for my mother first or my father. And I realize I have a big problem because I don't know who to send for first. And I'm wondering if I should get a little job or get my nursing qualification. And he stopped in front of me, Chevonne, and asked me if I want to dance. I said, no, thank you. Well, it's like I put challenge all over my forehead, because he's such a sweet boy, so handsome, you know. Nobody had ever refused to dance with him before in their life. So every night, he just walking across the dance floor, song after song, to ask me to dance. And I'm feeling so ashamed, because when he walk across, everyone would just lean in. And the music would go low. And when I say no, you'd hear, ah. And in the day now, when I walk in the ship, you know, everyone coming up to me and they're saying, girl, you have good strategy. You're going to hook him. And I trying to tell them, I'm not trying to hook anybody, because I have 12 brothers and sisters, a mother and father to send for, and a nursing qualification to get. And I'm feeling so bad, because you remember the woman with all the colors of the rainbow? Everywhere I stand, I see her, she's standing up there and she's looking at me, her face puff up like a bullfrog. Well, I know I'm telling you this story, but I was shy in those days, you know. So I practiced in front of the mirror that night. I say, you know what? When he walk up to me, I'm going to look him up and down. I'm going to give him one big cut eye. I'm going to cross my hand. I'm going to look him up and down, and I'm going to say, listen, what part of no you don't understand? Every night you're just walking across the dance floor, embarrassing me. I don't want to dance with you. I have 12 brothers and sisters and a mother and father and a nursing qualification to get. Leave me alone. And I give him one big kiss teeth and walk off. I had it all planned. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's the way he kind of walked across the dance floor, or if it's the way his voice went deep. But when he said, Chevonne, please may I have this dance? I swear to you, as I'm telling you this story, I went to say no, but I end up saying yes. And that's how me and Aubrey become dancing partner. Every night we dancing together, song after song after song after song. But one day, because in those days you dance respectably apart, So one day we dancing together, and it's like he became like a magnet. And I start moving closer and closer and closer to him. And the next thing you know, my hand just move up his back, and my head just on his chest. And I realized, wait now, Aubrey and I dancing hug up. So I went back, to dancing respectably apart. But it's like something happened to Aubrey that day, because he started saying, please, will I take his hand? I said, Aubrey, what is wrong with you? I'm holding your hand. Well, that was the next challenge. Every night he only tickling up my ears, asking me, will you marry me? Will you marry me? Well, I'm shy. So I practice in front of the mirror. I said, tonight, if he start asking me to marry him again, I want to stop right there in the middle of the dance floor. I want to look him up and down and say, Aubrey, I never wanted to dance with you in the first place. And now I'm dancing with you. You're taking your eyes and passing me and asking me to marry you. I have 12 brothers and sisters, a mother and father, and a nursing qualification to get. I don't have time to dance with you. And furthermore, I'm not dancing with you anymore. I just give him one long kiss deep and walk off the dance floor. I had it all planned. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's the way the music was playing so beautifully, or if it's the way we was moving so light, or if it's the way he just bust down on his knee and hold on to my hand in the middle of the dance floor and he say, Chevonne, please will you do me the honor of being my wife? Well, I went to say no. I swear to you, as I'm telling you this story, I went to say no, and I end up saying yes. And that's how Aubrey and I became, well, married. Anyway, there's a long, long rest to this story, and I have to stop this story there. Thank you very much.